I'm gonna share my personal website. This is the website that I made over summer, just to help me with like job applications. So there are three main pages. There's an about page with just like a little blurb, and also it has a music page where I put a lot of the music that I write or that I make, and then an engineering page. And this is what I will like link to in my resume. And yeah, and in my resume, like I have a bunch of links to like a bunch of different like some of these projects that I've made, and each of them like still follow like the same theme as like this main page. But what I'm like most excited about is on my music page, I spent a very long time making this kind of interactive music player. And yeah, because I really like writing music. So I just put like a really short little 7-bar little phrase, and you can actually hit play and listen to me singing it and playing it. And you can even go and like add more parts.
Here's the website. It's just a sorting algorithm website, and there are a few controls. I promise you guys I will change the logo. We already have a new logo to replace this ugly one, but just didn't found the right time to do that. So ignore this part. And there's speed control, size control, and you can select the algorithm over here. And it looks cool, but these two don't actually work yet. So what you can do now is change the array and hit play, and it will do merge sort. That's the only thing it does right now, merge sort. And yeah, that's basically it. And integrating like bubble sort, quick sort, or insertion sort will be relatively easy. Because we have already done merge sort, it'd just be basically a similar process after this. But the thing that we're worrying about now is how do we implement the speed control? So now the range is from 100 from 1 to 100. And the way we're making this animation is that when you click play, it makes the entire, it sorts the entire array and like records all the animation that we need to do to an array and plays that. And the way we play that is to set a bunch of timers. So when you click this, the instance of that will basically set timer to do this animation at time 0, to that animation at time, say, 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds and 15 seconds. And if we're trying to change the speed, that means we need to cancel all the timers and then reset them. So that would probably take a long time. And if we're sliding the scale from like say 0 to 100, it will probably call the function of like canceling every animation and then make all the animation again multiple times, which will probably cause a huge lag, and it will probably be a horrible user experience. So the current solution that I'm thinking about is making the speed control from say 1 to 5, so that it doesn't need so much computing power when you slide this scale. But I still haven't implemented it, so maybe it will work, maybe it will not. Yeah. It's pretty slow because I was trying to debug this. Yeah, it's much better looking if it's like 5 times fast, and you can change the array when it when it's playing. And it took me a long time to debug this because JavaScript isn't the programming language that I was used to deal with, and it's relatively harder to debug with, even with Chrome tools, compared to say with C-Line and those IDEs. And it took me a long time to make sure that when you change the size while it's playing, and if you do this multiple times really fast, and then do a bunch of stuff, it still works the same. So that took me some time, and also because we're expecting to have like well, it's not too much code, but it's like 1,000 lines in code. So we thought that it's better to not use vanilla JavaScript. So I moved this from vanilla to React, which took even longer time, and also took me some time to learn React itself.
This looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic work.
Yeah, it's like your website. It's super unfinished, and it's a great starting point though. And after the finals, we'll probably spend more time on it. Once we figure out how to do the speed and do different sorting algorithms, our plan is to be able to have multiple algorithms running at the same time, say having another screen down here so that you can compare two algorithms. That will be the potential next step. And there will be a different UI design because you can't really have a single bar controlling multiple arrays. That would be too limiting. So yeah, but that's too far in the future. We should do some more actual work now. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great work.
So we have like a visualization here. Ours isn't like quite as finished. Like it's like does it really fast, and we only have one short implemented. I think we're doing selection short right now. Like we haven't like made it so like it's slower so you can like see what's happening. We also have like other places where like in here like talks about the different algorithms. And then for here, like we didn't add functionality into these ones yet in the JavaScript, but like for this, we have it like whenever you change it, it changes. And we also set it so like if you make it like some really big number, it like doesn't allow you to do it. So like it doesn't look bad. And then Benjamin, do you want to talk about like some of the stuff about like how you implemented the sorting?
Yeah, sure. So, let's see. Yeah, so basically, for the sorting visualization, basically what we did was create a div of a bunch of rectangles, and then through the selection sort, which is like the only algorithm we have implemented so far, we would take the attributes of the boxes and then like swap their heights so that in the end it would eventually become sorted, and then you could visually see it on your screen. And that's basically how we accomplished the project.
Yeah, and then in the future we plan to like implement some other sorting ones and like you can change between it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we want to obviously slow it down and like highlight the rectangles, like the sorting algorithm, the visualization we just saw, so that it's like more interactive and you can see what's actually happening. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Awesome work. Yeah, round of applause again.
Anyways, we have a very primitive calculator. It only takes integers right now. So anyways, we have numbers here, and you could choose the basic arithmetic operator. So for example, 1 plus 3 is 4, -2. And yeah, yeah, that's it. And then I also have a trig function calculator. It takes integers. I wanted to put things like pi and doubles. I could do it, but I didn't. Anyways, right now it gives back the either radians for the regular trig functions, or I think I don't even know what the the inverse operations return, but they do return numbers in radians, or they take a radian and then they return the ratio, I think, and that's it. I did not work on the bitwise operations. I was actually in a team in a I don't know where they went. So yeah, I feel like when I was debugging the JavaScript was very difficult compared to like C. I think it had to do with like learning how they parse the HTML text into JavaScript, and I think that threw me off a bit. Yeah, that is it. Thank you.
This is awesome. Yeah, a round of applause. Yeah, IEEE, our whole point is like, yeah, even if you don't finish the project, the whole point is like, did you learn something? And I'm sure that all of us learn something, even if we don't have a super finished, awesome product. Product that like we can show people and be like, wow, like I made this like 17 function calculator with like bitwise application or instructions and all this stuff. Like, yeah, even though you can't necessarily show that to someone, you've still, everyone here has still learned.
In the end, though, I wouldn't have known that this might not be for me until I tried. So yeah,
Exactly.
I thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. That concludes web development fall 20 quarantine edition.